Grumpy mushrooms and soldier turtles everywhere agree, Nintendo is home to some of gaming's most iconic music. What other game characters dance to the actual music of the level? This slaps. The composers of Nintendo's greatest games hold a massive credit to the esteem that these games and IPs hold in our hearts. It makes sense that in their decades of creating games, the musician characters have become some of the most loved and respected characters in the NGU. That is the Nintendo gaming universe. I've considered all of the iconic Nintendo franchises while assembling my list, a list of the greatest musicians in Nintendo games. This list is based on more than just the quality of the music the character creates, so keep that in mind when you see my rankings. This is about who is the best character, not who is the best musician. They just have to be a musician to be on the list. Get it? Got it. Let's go. Number 10. In 2015, Squid Kids around the world were entranced by Splatoon on its launch, and the Squid sisters, Callie and Marie, were our Sherpas into Nintendo's kid-friendly 4vs4 arena splatter shooter. Splatoon is newer, but we can't deny that it's become a powerhouse for Nintendo's current fans. Callie and Marie brought charm and style to the boring parts of the game, making the info dumps about current maps and incoming DLCs fun and filled with personality. The Squid Sisters were iconic enough to earn major roles in the following Splatoon games, regardless of no longer being news anchors to you. The Squid Sisters are an iconic idol duo deserving of their fame, and they're kicking off our list at number 10. Number 9. They say no one has ever heard a full performance from her. Her soothing melodies fill the listener with a level of peace and relaxation so serene that they cannot help but fall asleep. Coming in at number 9 is the Queen of Lullabies, Jigglypuff. A Pokemon had to make the list, and it wasn't easy to choose. Rillaboom slams on the drums, Toxicity is a rock legend, and there's even a couple of gym leaders who could step up to the plate. But Jigglypuff is the OG songstress, with the sing move and Pokemon practically being made for her. And if it wasn't enough to cement her as a musical icon, she has been singing and resting enemies in Smash Bros. Since its release. Now that is a musical career. Number 8. Okay, this one may be a bit of a cop-out, but hear me out. The DK Crew have a theme song that is known to almost every gamer above the age of 24. While this song is more about them than it is by them, it is indisputable that Cranky Kong is the producer of this track, and you gotta consider him part of the DK Crew in some way, shape, or form. If that's too much of a stretch, then you have to accept that with the instruments the Kongs get from Candy Kong, they are legit. DK beats the bongos, Diddy glides on the guitar, Lanky toots the trombone, Tiny serenades with the saxophone, and most importantly, Chunky Triangle. The DK Crew is a composer away from being a legitimate orchestra, one that I would definitely pick up tickets for. Number 7. To the unsophisticated ear, these songs might just be the ramblings of an old sailor. And while he may not be classically trained, he performs for you without fail every time you get on his boat. Cap'n from Animal Crossing may not have a deep catalog of tracks, but he's got an indisputable charm that the other artists in this list just don't carry. Cap'n is a simple guy, and he gets the most out of life's basic pleasures. He loves his family, he loves cucumbers, and he is always able to see the beauty in life. He may be the number 7 musician, but he is number 1 in role models on this list. We love you, Cap'n. Number 6. Quite possibly the fastest learner on this list, our courageous hero Link falls into spot number 6 of the greatest Nintendo musicians of all time. When you stop and think about it, the various versions of Link learn to play more instruments than an entire high school band. In just Majora's Mask, there is a young boy able to play the ocarina, the Deku pipes, the Goron drums, and the fish tar. Whether it be a bird calling flute or a baton that controls the winds, Link has mastered more instruments than virtually anyone else on this list. Well, the various versions of Link at least. I mean, look at him. Even as a dog, he's able to howl out beautiful melodies. And if you can play a song that can control the fabric of time, you know what? You get to be on the list. That is only fair. Number 5. Look at them. Look at these little guys. They're so cute. They got their little bow ties, your little sharp little teeth. They're such good little guys. They're so talented. They're so perfect. Look at them. Come on. They're so Tell me they don't deserve a spot in this list. I dare you. The Core's kids from Rhythm Heaven may not have had much work since their last game in 2015, but to Nintendo fans above the age of 13, these guys are definitely somewhat of an icon. Don't you dare tell me otherwise. Number 4. It's been 25 years, and the Song of Storms is still one of Zelda's most iconic melodies. This rainfall-inducing tune is as catchy as it is iconic and interesting, and the character who teaches it to you is one of Nintendo's greatest. On the surface, our unnamed phenogram man appears a joyous, happy-go-lucky fella. He cranks his box and plays his tune day after day. For some reason, he does this in a windmill, but that's not important. One day, some bothersome kid comes along. That's you. You're the kid. This kid ruins the windmill by playing a song that summons the rain. And for 7 long years, Box Crank Man holds a deep grudge. Day in and day out, he sits in that windmill, alone, cranking his box to the tune of the song that haunts him, holding true to the promise he made to himself to never forget the melody that devastated him so, holding on to the pain so that one day he may use that built-up anger. 7 long years pass, and our box cranker is approached by a man. You look familiar, he thinks after 7 long years. In a careless move, Box Cranker cranks his box to set into action the very events that have devastated him so. He teaches that now grown child the very song that devastated him so. Wait, but had the kid teach him the song if he teaches the kid the song? How does that make any sense? Because you, that's why. Box Cranker Man is awesome though, and his Majora Mask counterpart, Guru Guru, was kicked out of an all-animal performance group because he stole a bird mask from a dog out of jealousy. Number 4, baby! He earned this! Number 3. The Zelda series has a lot of musicians, but more than anyone else, Cass stands out. In such a vast and desolate world, running into one of the few repeating characters in this game was always a huge source of comfort. Beetle was always excited to buy your stuff, Pikongo was a compass to your memories, but Cass was always an absolute treat to come across. I love this big bird. He's a family man, he's a friend, he's always happy to see you and to share some wisdom or stories. If I got to choose a character from the Zelda games to take part in a turn-based RPG, I would choose Cass 10 out of 10 times. He's a light during the darkest night and a happy tune during the saddest day. And most importantly, in the last song he sings to you, he name drops the game. What a legend. Number 2. Coming in our second place position is none other than Pauline and the Donks. The Nintendo Switch has brought us some of the best in-series games for Nintendo, and Mario Odyssey is no exception. One of the best moments in the entire 3D Mario series is when Pauline and the Donks host a banging rooftop party for you after you save the city, and wow, what a show they put on. You got some band members capable of tickling those strings, banging those drums, slapping that bass, and tooting that trumpet. And to tie it all together, you got Mario's high school sweetheart Pauline hitting that full vocal range. This moment in Odyssey brought me so much joy the first time I played it, and it continues to every time I do again. Putting them in second place was honestly kind of hard for me, but after you see who comes up next, you'll fully understand why I had to do what I had to do.
Number 1.
KK Slider. While every other musician in this list has either great presence, great music, or great stories, none carry infamy quite like the great KK Slider does. This man had me scheduling time out of my real life to catch his concerts. Sorry, Mom, I can't make it to your birthday party. This week, the dog is gonna play KK Oasis just for me. Across all the Animal Crossing games, this guy is a constant. His music catalog features hundreds of tracks spanning across multiple genres. Whether it be playing acoustic guitar on a stool or scratching records in the club, one thing is clear: KK's passion for music is unmatched by anyone else on this list. This smooth-talking, sharp-dressing, big-barking bad boy doesn't care if you like him, and that just makes me like him even more. KK Slider is, without a doubt, the coolest musician character Nintendo has created. If you disagree with me, then leave a comment telling me what it feels like to be wrong. KK Slider, folks, he is the best. And that is it, everybody. If you've got other fun, wacky ideas for a silly top 10 list, leave it in the comments. If you have some disputes with my list, again, let me know what it's like to be wrong in the comments. Before I send you guys off, we're going to have a little reel of all the honorable mentions. People, characters, bands, groups that could have made it into the list, but didn't. We've got the Zora Band from Majora's Mask, the Singing Trees from Paper Mario and the Origami King, Todovsky from Super Mario RPG, Makar and Medley from Wind Waker, the Deedledees from Kirby Forgotten Land, of recent fame from Tears of the Kingdom, Stable Trotters, and finally, Bowser for his hit song and performance in the Mario movie, Peaches. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Subscribe and like it.